Okay, so we are going to do a reacts video to what is this, episode 6 of America's Backyard
Okay.
Gold, and this one I'm kind of excited for because this is Carolina Rare Gold.
Oh, okay.
So
Getting
we're into
close
the
to home.
Carolinas now, finally.
Nice. Sweet home Carolina. Oh wait.
Yeah, I don't think that one's right there, Nick.
Oh wait, Sweet Caroline. Wait, that's not Carolina either.
Still not quite right. We're going to do a reacts video here. I'm Matt Hospodar, the Prospecting Geologist. This is my co-host,
Nick.
Sergeant of the Sleuths, Nicholas Badges.
Yep.
And we can get rolling on episode 6 here. Nick, be aware of dangerous wildlife.
America. Did I have the stickers on for the last video?
No, what are the stickers? Just USA, and what are the top ones? A star.
It says Land of the Free. And then, of course, I got some smiley faces.
Idiot.
What? It's what happens when I let kids decorate it for me.
True. Yeah, pretty much. South Carolina, River Gold.
There we go. Back to dredging.
We're starting to see quartz veins go across and decompose bedrock. Look at right there.
That's what we're looking for.
I'll be darned. Shut her down, see what we got.
See what we got.
Hey, it's a
That water
Dowkey.
gold.
Wait, was it?
That's a Dowkey.
Matt, hit the rewind button, not grab the
Goes
little
back 15
ball.
seconds.
Yeah, but you're going to bring it back like a minute and a half.
Bedrock. Look at right there.
Take you back a minute.
That's what we're looking for.
I'll be darned.
Oh,
Shut her
we're
down,
on.
see what we got.
See what we got.
Oh, it's a blue Dowkey.
It's a 2.5-inch Dowkey.
Okay. Oh, yeah, it's a little baby, huh?
Yeah, it's a little baby 2.5-inch Dowkey. They're pretty cool because they're tiny.
You know what I don't like about it? It's 2.5 inches.
That's true.
I can't stand
No
a 2.5.
air. Yeah, no 2.5 inches. You're like, I hate it.
After running a couple 4s and a 6,
6, yeah. It's hard
just-
to go back to a 2.5.
I can't. I just have so much trouble. I'm like, oh, look at this boulder. Let me suck that up. Oh,
Okay.
yeah, you
It
can't
won't
do
go
it.
in the nozzle.
Yeah, little hard.
Yep.
Is that water gold?
I believe so.
Boom. Wire gold right there.
That's from your blaster nozzle.
Gold is everywhere.
Oh my God.
There's
Yeah,
an estimated $3 trillion still undiscovered in America. And I want to help you
Choose your weapon.
find it. California gold, baby! All you need is basic
You
equipment
can get started with $15.
and the skill to decode the land.
That's a spot right there.
Dave Turtle. For the past 14 years, I've mined millions of dollars of gold.
Oh,
Yeah! And now, I want to show you where and how
Seen it all now. Vacuum cleaner.
everyday people are catching it,
That's insane.
so that you can be the next one to hit it big.
That
Boom, Right
one.
here in America's
Yes, please.
backyard.
Fine.
Well, I don't think we're finding one that big, though.
That
I-
one might not go up your nozzle.
Well, but like even that one, because it was all I don't know, what do you call it? It's not wiry or crystallized. It's all mushed down from the rumbling tumbling there.
The 7-ounce nugget that my buddy found in Virginia is rather worn,
Really?
and yet was found on a hilltop.
Was there Sharknado that threw it up there, or what?
Yes, Sharknado, Goldnado threw it up there.
Goldnado,
Now, most likely, it is hard to figure out. Now, there could be something that can give it a rounded texture and not be water. It could have been, I haven't looked at it well enough to see, but it could have been partially redissolved.
Okay.
So that can give it a rounded texture because it'll literally dissolve away the edges of the gold and stuff and reprecipitate it somewhere else.
So would that be chemical weathering?
Yes, yeah.
I knew a word from 5th grade.
Basically.
Shoot.
Yeah, so basically some sort of chemical type weathering as the water was percolating down and everything, the conditions were right to like maybe dissolve gold and reprecipitate it somewhere else.
Okay,
That
so
is
it's not
possible.
necessarily tumbling and...
No, so that is not tumbling, but you can usually, if you look at it closely, you can tell. I just haven't had a chance. I've held it in my hand, but at that point in time, I wasn't quite as up on some of the stuff, and I didn't really look at it very hard.
That's why you're the rookie and I'm the master.
Or the other possibility is like, so the hill, while they're hilltops now, they probably weren't at various points in time, and the rivers way back when the rivers were flowing higher could have went over that section and rounded in the pot, and it's still right on top of the vein source though too, very close to it, so it hasn't traveled far. But there could have been a waterway flowing over it before the rivers sank down into their current courses.
Okay.
It's also close enough. It's close enough to some of the fall line stuff that there are remnant pockets of coastal plain sediments. So the oceans used to be close enough to there when they were a lot higher that there could be some sort of weird ocean type action going on too. There's a number of possibilities that I really don't know how you tell them out unless it's that you could tell by if it was the chemical weathering.
Yeah.
But that's not North Carolina either. So we should probably get back on with the show instead of diving off on tangents.
Yeah, really nailing it so far.
Yeah.
I think of all of the different gold rush sites that I've been to. I've been to 49er Gold Rush, the Montana Gold Rush, and now I'm here at the beginning of the very first U.S. gold rush is right here.
The Carolinas, home to majestic mountains, the Wright brothers, and great barbecue. But what you might not know, these two states are as rich in gold as they are in southern charm. I'm in North Carolina, and behind me is South Carolina, and I'm standing in the middle of the Carolina Slate Belt. There's a gold in that valley, and there's still a lot of people out there getting it. Since gold was discovered here in 1799, $4 billion has come out of the Carolina Slate Belt. A 300-mile gold ring.
Well, there's still at least one or two active mines in South Carolina.
Really?
The Hale, I'm not sure if the Brewer is active. The Hale is active. Yeah, Haile. It is active. It is a large open pit mine where they use like cyanide heap leach type stuff. So they pull the stuff out, they crush it down, they put it in these big piles, and they spray it with cyanide. Cyanide dissolves the gold. It goes into collection pools, and then they reprecipitate the gold out of the cyanide and then reuse it.
Okay, so if you had a nugget in there, it would be all jacked up?
We're crushing it anyways. This is this is out of the nugget territory stuff, yeah.
Okay.
Unlikely that there's nuggets. This is very fine stuff disseminated in rocks below the water table, so it's mainly already locked up within different mineral structures and stuff. So even if you crushed it and panned it, you might not see free gold. So, yeah.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure there were some fairly decent-sized nuggets associated with the initial deposit on the surface that had some, like, hypogene enrichment and stuff going on, but yeah.
Okay, so do I have to worry about cyanide if I go skinny dipping in the rivers there?
No. It's all a contained system, because if that cyanide goes out somewhere, they're literally losing gold. It's
that would be the worst of the problems, right?
Cyanide actually breaks down quickly outside in an uncontrolled environment. It breaks down in other compounds and stuff rather quickly.
Okay.
It doesn't stay in a system long.
Yeah, I don't believe you, but okay.
So But no, it's a big containment area where they put the stuff and spray the cyanide on it so they can then collect the cyanide. Because the gold's in it then. So, yeah. Hopefully they talk about the Hale mine in this. I mean, it's in South Carolina, so one would think if this is the show, they would at least mention it. We'll see. We'll see.
Rich deposit that has dispersed gold throughout North and South Carolina.
It's estimated that there's over $10 billion of gold left.
And some of it is so rare.
Also, the Carolina Slate Belt is no longer a recognized nor used term, geologically speaking. They've altered and changed stuff as they've learned more.
Okay, so what do you mean?
I think it's now... I'd have to pull up my research again on the stuff for when I did some of the things about the hard rock deposits of the East Coast here, but I think it's now more so Carolinian terrain or something and other things, and it's broken into more nuanced subsections of things. Like there's an eastern slate belt, there's a western slate belt, there's various other terrains that they've figured out and delineated out of there.
No.
The Carolina Slate Belt is a much older term.
It's like a Star Lake. Out by your dad, the music venue out there.
Star Lake, yeah, and then it's changed to blah blah blah, and then it's changed to blah blah blah. Yeah, basically.
Yeah, but nobody wants to change their mind about what it's
nobody
called.
changed because everybody knows that, and nobody who's prospecting is reading any of the newer documents out there, other than idiots like me.
Yeah, yeah, we know I ain't reading them.
Carolina Slate Belt, that's the synonymous name that everybody knows, but yeah, it's more nuanced than that too.
Gotcha.
Finding it could score you your very
That
own
gold
mother.
looks like our gold, right?
Yeah.
Crispy.
So what we got here is wire gold, crystalline gold, and then we got gold in the host rock. This is a piece of quartz. Wire gold comes out of the quartz in long stringers. It almost looks like a wire. This gold came out of the quartz, but it's just much bigger. So there was quartz around it. In fact, if you look really close, you can see the white quartz already in there. And that's rare. Worth over 5 times its weight, I've heard everyday people are literally picking it out of the ground. So, I'm starting deep in the low country to show you where.
I don't know about literally just picking it out of the ground, but...
If you find a good spot, maybe, but that's about it.
Well, I found good. It's where most of mine came from, a good spot, and you weren't picking it out of the ground.
Is it your side of the connection or my side that's getting laggy?
I don't know. I mean, my camera looks fine on my end here. I can see it.
Okay, well, yeah, you keep cutting in and out, so this will be fun.
Some of this rare southern shiny on a backyard budget.
Wow, steep. We're getting close to the river. This looks right. I guess here we are.
First stop, Clifton, South Carolina, where I heard a story about a guy pulling so much rare gold out of the river here, he started a mini gold rush.
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
Are you Dan?
Yes, sir.
Well, I didn't expect to see you on a scooter.
When I go mining, I always try to save money however I can. The less gas it costs me, the more money I make with the gold.
I like that. That makes sense.
Thrifty prospector Dan Reed.
This is Daniel Reed, who, if you've gone through any of the current comments of various things discussing DreamMat and other stuff, he's been all over all that.
Oh, okay. All right, good. Fun to put a face to the name there.
Yep.
Packs everything
I haven't met him personally, but we know of each other and stuff. So.
Okay.
he needs on the back of his scooter, proving you don't need a lot of expensive equipment to strike it big.
This is one I found 2
Whoa.
weekends ago out here.
Holy cow, dude.
A lot of people seen it because it was posted on social media, and it started a little gold rush in that area, and it's still going on today.
And by targeting the river's rare gold,
Holy cow. That is some nice gold.
Dan's found a little over 2 ounces, worth almost $5,000 in just over a month.
You got crystalline gold. That's all beautiful stuff.
We're gonna run right where I found this, and we should do pretty good.
Nice.
Beautiful place out here. And there's gold in this river all the way from the mountains, all the way down to where it meets the Broad. This stretch is particularly rich right here. It's about a 8 to 10 mile stretch of this river, just loaded with gold.
Running 50 miles across South Carolina, the highly mineralized Pacolet River is rich with gold. And since it's a public waterway, you can hand mine it without a permit.
See where all the rocks are moving?
What about
and
dredging?
up?
Oh, I do.
There's been
You
many,
can dredge
many
it
ounces.
there is no permit in North Carolina. You can dredge it as well.
Okay.
That's my understanding of it. If it's a navigable waterway, which that certainly qualifies as navigable, then it's, yeah.
Oh, well, he's missing out then if he's not doing that. If he's allowed to.
Yeah.
Pull that
Check
right
your
there.
local laws.
That's my understanding of it, of North Carolina laws, and I have a couple of the big things where they discuss all that type of stuff in for their laws. So
Pay streak that runs on the left side, right down the middle of some big, heavy gold.
Okay.
Right there.
You definitely moved some rocks.
Oh, yeah. All by hand.
Wow.
Don't need a gym membership when you're a gold miner, that's for sure.
Yeah.
The biggest one closest to the water right there is where that big nugget came from in that hard pack layer. We should be able to pull some more nice chunky gold out from this pay streak right here. This is what I look for a lot of times. I look for the white quartz and I look for the brown or black or pink or red in the quartz.
Dan has located a stretch of the river rich with minerals and gold. Gold forms in quartz veins that lie in the hard rock. In this region, those veins are in the bedrock.
there could be something weird with it. Could be going through. I don't know specifically where that river is, but it could be going through either like the national Uwharrie National Forest or various things like that, which then would limit you to sluices and hands and pans and stuff.
Yeah.
So it just depends. Yeah, it depends on what all the land is around it and everything too. So
Are they pretty much same rules as Virginia?
similar, though they do get as your streams get smaller, they're no longer usually considered public ground.
Okay.
It usually has to be a navigable waterway. And there's even some debate on that in North Carolina more so. Like, usually the way they rule it, at least in Virginia and many other places, is not per se that it was navigable back in the day, but like if you can if you can kayak it and stuff, it's considered navigable. So it depends on how they're interpreting some of those laws and stuff. I think North Carolina, a lot of the people lean more towards it had to be navigable back in the day, I think, even though some of the legislation doesn't really say it that way either.
Well, with global warming, it should be rising water, so everything should be navigable.
The perception of property owners matters greatly, because you certainly don't want to be staring down the barrel of somebody's gun when they think they own the river there. Even if they don't, it's not a good thing. So how the property owners perceive ownership, regardless of how it's been legislated, can greatly affect some of that stuff too.
Yep, that's your PSA for the day is don't be a jerk.
Yeah.
Even if you're right.
Rivers and streams.
Yeah.
And over time, the bedrock begins to decompose and the gold and quartz is released. It's this layer of decomposing bedrock where Dan is finding the gold.
What do you call this?
That's my latest version of my rigs, my Sluice Lee rig.
Sluice Lee. How'd you give it that name?
Well, I was going to name it the Chuck Norris, but I thought Bruce Lee was a little tougher. So.
Okay.
A good rule of thumb to increase your chances of getting gold is run as much material as you can. And that's exactly what Dan is doing with his custom-built sluice, made from parts that you can pick up at any local hardware store.
This is just the classifier, so you dump the rocks in here, you wash them off, toss the big ones out. It's creating a vortex, and he's got these mats that creates a vortex too. And what that does is helps wash the light particles out. The gold comes down to here, has a chance to get caught here, and then another chance to get caught here. So pretty neat system.
Powered by a small battery, Dan can run up to 8 hours.
Most people can't shovel that long. Your back's going to be out by then.
Yeah.
Yeah, most people can't shovel that long. That's 100% true. 8 hours in a day, you're already...
Yeah, I know. Right, I do tailing piles for like 20 minutes and I'm dead.
Yeah.
Well, you want to go clean this up?
Yeah, we
See
can
what
clean
we
it
got.
up. Shut it off. Put the leg back down. You've got a little cleanup station.
All right.
Let's see here.
I think there's a piece right there.
Mm-hmm.
Piece right there.
Yep, sure is. You want to pan it out, Dave?
Sluice Lee packs a punch when it comes to processing the dirt, but now let's see how it catches the Carolina gold.
How long you been doing this?
About 15 years.
15?
One of the most productive hobbies I've ever got into.
It's a lot of fun, isn't it?
Oh, I love it. A lot of people pay for gym memberships, for a therapist. Well, when you're out here doing this, you have all that. I don't think
Well,
about
Rookie
the
mentioned the
stresses
same
of
thing, I
life.
think, too,
We're
right?
focused on
Or new
hunting
gym
gold, and
membership.
finding gold, and solving the problems of getting it. You see some gold poking through already.
It's pretty impressive the amount that we ran, and I'm seeing a little piece of gold. Blows me away. I've never seen gold in a river that's that crystalline.
It is the river of gold.
Makes sense. There's a lot of gold in here.
After 2 hours running, we've collected a 1/4 gram of gold. Normally worth 15 bucks, but because of its rarity, we've banked $25. So if you're short on time and money in the Carolinas, pack light and target the rare gold. It might net you some serious pocket change.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
It's been a lot of fun.
All right, safe travel.
All right.
Southeast, if you're on the nice chunky gold like that and everything, you're near the source.
Yeah.
And most of the gold in the Southeast is going to be near the source.
Now, let's bring in the Proline 4 and run that spot for 2.5 hours.
If you can.
If you legally
It
can,
does
yeah.
kind of look like parkish. Like right in the background right now, you can see there's a staircase and like people walking right down
Yeah.
the river. It looks kind of parkish, so I'm not exactly sure on what the rules and regulations are there.
Yeah, I mean, just based off of what you're seeing right there, yeah, I'm going to assume probably not allowed to run one, but
Yeah.
man,
Yep, bring out the nods. We're doing it at night.
there you go. Oh yeah, they wouldn't hear that from 10 miles away.
Nah. No, that's some nice gold. I mean, that gold looks like the gold that we predominantly get in Virginia too. Coarse, crystalline, and chunky, and that's just how it is in the Southeast. If you're on the good gold and the big stuff, you're right near the source, and that's where all the gold's pretty much got to be. As soon as you get more than a mile downstream from the source, there's usually not enough gold to even be worth it to do anything. It hasn't moved. It hasn't moved far at all. So.
This is an example of the Carolina Slate Belt. I'm excited.
If you're thinking of getting a pan, getting a shovel, you should, because you never know where it can lead. That somebody like me that comes from a place that's not really known for gold, it just goes to show that you never know unless you get out and you try what can happen.
Except that's the
My
river of
next stop
gold.
is just a few miles up.
I mean, I'm gonna have to do a little research because they name the river and everything, so that piques my interest all the time. I've done tons of research throughout Carolina, I have a bunch of places all figured out, but just I've never been there yet.
We drove through it.
We've drove through it, yeah. I mean, Daniel's invited us to go down at some point here,
Yeah.
dredge with him and everything. Which eventually, I told him it ain't gonna be this year, nor is it probably gonna be next year, but in the future, yes.
Oh, somebody's got life happening.
Yeah. Busy year and a half coming up here, definitely. So, no, I do want to get to the Carolinas. I'll definitely have to hit him up with that on some point here.
Does he dredge too, or?
Oh, yeah, he dredges.
Okay.
He's big into the dredge dream mat stuff.
Okay. Well, I saw that he had some dream mat on his sluice Lee or whatever he called it.
Pocket sluice or whatever they call it, yeah.
Gutter sluice.
Kind of.
We need a gutter sluice for next week.
No, we don't.
Yes, we do. I do.
I don't have the time to put one together, Nick.
It's like 3 parts.
Go talk to Mark and go drive down and get one.
Ugh.
Or talk to Joey and go. You're supposed to go pick up that thing from Joey here before.
You guys didn't tell me anything about it.
You were literally in a group. Go do it. Message him. Say, I'm coming to
I
pick it
live
up.
here. He said he wasn't giving you anything because you won't invite him.
You're going to be going out with him in like 2 weeks after.
The river to show you how to mine unique wire gold right out of the riverbed.
So I'm meeting a guy named Bo. He's got a lot of local knowledge. This guy's the real deal. Bo?
Hey, Dave.
What's up?
Same thing, different day. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, man. How are you doing?
I ain't gonna complain.
Bo Poteet is a self-taught rare gold expert and mines all over the Carolinas.
Well, that's some of the
There's
stuff.
some pretty stuff. Wow, that's beautiful.
Crystal and gold.
There's crystal and gold. This
Oh,
came from
really?
right here?
Right here. Yep.
No way.
But that's just the tip of the Carolina iceberg.
Oh, look at that. My goodness, that's heavy. Wow, Bo, that's pretty neat. You probably got 5 ounces of gold in there.
Containing 5 ounces of gold, this quartz ore is worth an impressive $10,000.
Tell you what, I'd go after some of this. There's some money in that.
There's a lot of that where that come from.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you do with the gold you sell?
Pay bills. Keep the roof over the head.
All in, Bo has collected
Oh,
more
I
than
like that one.
$400,000 of gold over the years. And by focusing on the rare stuff in this region, you get a big premium for your finds here.
You got all kinds of stuff, Bo. You've been doing...
I mean, North Carolina is North and South Carolina are both fantastic states for gold. They have much more than Virginia and much more ground available to go prospect to. Virginia's a very narrow belt of where it mainly is. North Carolina, there's like 3 or 4 different specific areas, and there's a lot more. So, yeah.
Gotcha.
Doing this a
Oh,
while.
wow. Yep. You ready to get wet?
I'm ready to get wet. Here's your dredge. I like it.
It ain't big, but it gets
The dowky.
done.
Coming up, this quartz breaks up so easy, I get closer to the source.
That gold just fell right out of the vein. I love it here.
We're on the river of gold. You got me to the right place.
You got you here.
All right. I'm in the Carolinas, a little-known gold region where the gold is so rare, it's worth more than its weight. Right now, I'm in the South Carolina Pacolet River with rare gold
Same
expert
river again.
Bo Poteet, and we're on the hunt for the extremely rare wire gold.
What do you look at when you look at a river like this? Like, where's the gold laying?
Basically coming down the center line is.
So if
But what we want to find is the little quartz veins that's carrying the gold.
Okay.
The wire gold we're chasing lives in veins of quartz that runs through the bedrock on this river. As the natural acids in the water decompose the quartz, the movement of the river erodes it away, revealing the fragile, wire-thin gold in the exact shape it was formed millions of years ago.
A decent example, finally.
Of what?
A decent example of how you get the gold like that in a river, yeah.
No. Oh, you're talking about the
The
infographic there.
animation, yeah. Instead of
Yeah.
some of the crazy ones that don't make any sense.
So we've seen a couple pieces of wire gold in Virginia. Should we be keeping those separate?
Not really.
Okay.
All of our stuff is coarse and chunky. The smaller stuff, like, it's not going to hold as much as the premium. I always heard it's going to be your bigger pieces that are going to hold a premium. Like little tiny pieces of wire,
Yeah. So we're talking like bigger, yeah.
Talk what?
So we're talking like if we had 5 grain picker wire gold, like something like that, which would be bigger.
But the question is who's it going to hold a premium to? Like, then,
Yeah.
yeah.
To find those quartz veins, we're hauling away the big rocks to get down to the bedrock layer.
Ugh.
We're starting to see quartz veins go across and decomposed rock and bedrock. Look at right there.
That's what we're looking for.
I'll be darned.
They crisscross the river all through here.
That real thin white line is quartz, and it could be carrying gold. So we're in a really good spot right now. This quartz breaks up so easy that gold, when water's washing over it, the gold just falls out. So we're looking good. And we're just kind of working our way up, feeling ourselves around, and trying to find these spots that hopefully's got a lot of gold. To capture the fragile wire gold without damaging it, we're using Bo's small hobby dredge. It works like a vacuum, sucking up that decomposed quartz and hopefully the gold. It's forced over the gold-catching sluice up top, where the heavier materials like gold get caught up in the metal ridges and the woven mats. Shut her down, see what we got.
See what we got.
You missed the down, don't you, Nick?
Is that wire gold?
I believe so.
There's a piece of wire gold right there. Boom! I like it. Weighing just over 1/10 of a gram, this piece of wire gold is worth 14 times its weight at $85. And that's after just 30 minutes of dredging.
That's pretty cool.
Though? That's
the
the
little
question,
pieces
is
of
like selling it.
I was gonna say, because it was a tenth of a gram.
That's what he said. It's like it might be a half grain.
No, because how many grains in a gram?
15.4.
Okay, so a tenth would be 1.5 grains, Matt.
That looks heavy, or that looks small to be that big.
Just going off of his number there.
I know, yeah.
But so 1.5 grains, if somehow, well, I mean, if it's dense, I could see it.
But this, you know how our gold is. The crystalline,
Yeah.
it's like, yeah.
But if that's the case,
$85 is who's going to pay $85 for it? I don't know.
I mean, that would make for a nice piece of, like, something on jewelry or something.
Yeah. If so, our pay dirt bag should be a lot more.
Yeah, buy our pay dirt bags, because we threw that stuff in there, didn't realize it was worth $85 for some reason.
Like I said, I don't. To a collector, maybe, but the problem is like you have such a hard time selling it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
No, you got to do. I would assume you'd have to do something more specialty, like the jewelry kind of stuff or whatever. But
Yeah.
like the Kayla stuff,
Yeah.
she could probably turn that into $85 pretty easy.
We make earrings out of it. Yeah, stuff like that. Definitely.
I'm gonna start making nipple rings.
Nobody's gonna want those. Nick.
Gold miners love nipple rings.
Nobody's gonna want those. Nick. But yeah, I don't know. That makes P. Well, obviously that's worth way more. I'm looking at gold right now.
Focus, Matt. We're trying to watch a video.
I know, but I'm looking at like crystal and gold right now. Like I don't really.
This video definitely not sponsored by Yingling. Not at all sponsored by him.
Like, I mean, there's crystalline piece of wire gold right there. Now, is that worth? What did he say? 15 times?
Well, yeah, so it'd be 1.5 grains, which is what $5?
Well, this is
And he's saying 85.
This is
Yeah.
0.87 grams.
Okay.
I've never heard of somebody estimating even crystalline gold at 15 times its weight.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, you'd be saying that thing's like $700.
Yeah, I've never
I don't
heard
know about
anybody
that.
estimate that high. I've usually heard like 3 to 4.
Well, I'm wondering if it's like the smaller stuff, because that's small, but it's big because it's stretched out, so it might look bigger. If that makes sense, like the one you have is bigger, but
Yes. But why? I mean,
but it's not a lighter weight that looks bigger. Like if the one you were holding up was like 3 grains and it was that big, then it would be lighter weight that looks bigger. So I could see that holding a higher value because it looks bigger. That makes sense.
I'm still like 15. That's a huge markup there. I've never heard of that high of a number. I could have asked people, I guess. I mean, that one's got quartz rate in it and stuff too. It's like a little tiny tendril thing. Yeah, 15 times is just a really, really. Not saying you couldn't, but I don't know who's gonna buy it either.
Oh, but it might also be the guy. like, again, if you were to sell a piece of gold and I was to sell a piece of gold, the same piece of gold, and Kayla was to sell the same piece of gold, who's going to get more money for it?
Well, she turns it into jewelry. You can do a huge markup. Jewelry.
Well, even if it wasn't jewelry, like she's going to get a higher premium off of it. Yeah,
sure. But still, yeah, I don't know.
And meanwhile, just so everybody knows watching the video, you want to buy the pay dirt bag when I'm making them because Matt is stingy and I'm not.
I add more gold than what we say.
No.
I don't hear it either. Also, our prices are way low right now, given that gold has gone up.
It's fine. We're running off old stock. That was more
That's
than
what
we
I
needed
mean.
for
Like,
that.
should you up your pay dirt prices if you're running on old stock that's over? You've had it over a year.
Well, if we're the gas company, like we're Sheets over there, we're going to change the price every day and then just leave it at that higher price no matter what. We'll revisit it after Memorial Week here.
Yeah, that's what I've said a couple times when I posted stuff. Like, our prices are from last year's gold price right now, but come Memorial Day week,
yeah,
they're gonna go back up.
Yeah,
they're gonna go match to whatever it is now. But
because I mean,
a couple sales since I said that.
Gold's up what, like $500 since then?
It's at 20. It's over $2,400 an ounce right now, I think.
Yep.
So yeah. What is it at right now?
That's the important stuff, Matt. Well, that's all right. Nobody's watching this late in the video anyway.
24.33.
How much? 24.33?
Yeah.
Okay.
What is that?
Because it was like what? It was like 1,750 to 2,000. It was hovering there for a while.
$78 a gram. When we were putting the bags together last year, what was that, like
60 something? 63?
62, 63?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, we definitely need to revisit after Memorial Day week here, though there will be a process of, given the testing that we're doing, we're going to need to do sieve analysis. We're going to be needing to do some of that stuff that's going to make it take a little bit of time before we can get into pay dirt bags.
Yep. Just so you know, you have until the end of this video to order pay dirt bags.
Almost, basically, yes. That's probably how it's going to end up. You have
but by the time the
video.
Yeah, by the time next week's video goes up, it will be the new prices. So enjoy it. You still have like a week.
I got to check stock, too. We still have more, but I think quarter gram stuff said it's out, even though we have more gold.
Okay.
But, yeah.
Found it. Spend a whole day out here, and you could be looking at a potential $1,000 worth of gold. But in places as rich as this, that life-changing discovery could be just around the corner.
What's really cool is that gold just fell right out of the vein, and it's on the bottom of the river, and we just sucked it up. Bo and I are the first humans to ever set eyes on it, so it's pretty cool. We found gold in the Carolina Slate Belt, and there's more gold to be found, so I love it here.
With some simple equipment and the right spot, anyone can cash in on Carolina's rare gold. But even the regular stuff here is so plentiful, there's people finding enough to live off it year-round.
So I'm meeting a guy named Justin, and Justin travels around a lot. I've been trying to find him. This looks like the place he told me to meet him. Check it out.
I'm in the backwoods outside Greenville, South Carolina, to meet a guy who's living solely off the gold that he finds.
Gold, minerals, shark's teeth,
How'd
not
it
just
go?
gold. Justin does a lot more than just gold.
Oh, yeah.
And travels all over the country and stuff, too.
Good, man. How you doing?
Doing pretty good. Getting a little bit of South Carolina shiny.
Are you?
Oh, yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, brother.
This is quite a place you got here.
Oh, yeah. Can't beat it with a stick. Do you like a cup of coffee?
What, you got coffee
I've
down
got
here?
coffee. I travel around, and this happens to be where my gold camp is right now, so.
Justin Denig is a one-of-a-kind gold mad. He travels around mining in almost every state in the lower 48. But nothing pays the bills like the Carolinas.
I've got my hammock up there. It's nice to be able to roll out of the hammock.
Nice. This is not a bad way to live.
You can't beat it.
No, you can't, man. I'd be up for this.
There's good gold, so that's the bonus.
Yeah, guess what we're going to be doing, living in a van down by the river.
Yeah, I know. It used to be the joke nobody wanted, but my
Now everybody
dream.
wants to do that.
Yep.
Where are you digging from?
Right up here, right up here.
Okay.
So far, that little gravel bar right there, I've been working that down, and it's been putting out the best gold that I'm finding in the creek.
Right on top.
Oh, yeah.
No
Oh, yeah.
kidding.
Yep, seems like the farther I dig down, the less I'm getting.
Is it just flood gold from disturbances?
This floods pretty heavily. This morning, it was a good 8 inches higher than what it is now.
Well, we had a big rain last night.
And there's a lot of stuff washing into the creek, and there's a lot of little mudslides that fall in also. That and game trails wash some in.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's all kinds of different stuff that's washing the gold in, and the moss is catching it, and the creek's primarily
I like
sand.
it. So do you think source of the gold is above us on these hills?
It's a good possibility.
Downriver from the source, this spot is perfect for catching gold. The flooded creek carries gold and gravels washed down from the hills. As it flows around bends, the water naturally slows, allowing the heavy gold and gravels to drop, creating gravel bars. So always check these spots.
Doesn't really apply to the southeast, but whatever.
Why, Matt? Why? Why?
We don't have the elevation drop to move the gold far from the source. That's why when you're on the good gold, you're usually within a mile of the source.
Oh, that's right. You don't believe. You don't believe in tested physics. There. That's right.
No, I do. This is the reason why. It is because of tested physics. Out west, I mean, the topography differences are just insane. I mean, that's actually a video I'm slightly working on still right now. But like I said, you can literally go and you read the history of the stuff, and you go look at all the LiDAR of where the mines have been worked all throughout the southeast, and it is rare for if the vein was here that they didn't mine much further than a mile below the source because it just wasn't there. All the best stuff was right on top of the vein, right adjacent to it throughout the entire southeast.
Okay.
Just saying.
When you're prospecting a creek like this.
Fill it up about to the edge of the mesh.
Okay.
And then I'll give it a good shake.
Flood gold.
All right. I was trying to figure out if that was his classifier. Okay.
South Carolina also, there's some areas there, and he might be in it, where there is, once again, coastal plain influence. So, like, the oceans used to be right there as well.
No.
And that's where you're sometimes going to get these really, really sandy-looking creeks, and he might be able to get shark's teeth. I've seen where the people find megalodon teeth where they're digging for gold.
Yes, please.
And this stream and terrain right now. Well, he said they're in Greenville. I'll have to look that up. That might be too far off in the location there, but yeah.
Super fine. So running the dirt through a classifier saves precious time.
All right, Justin, this looks like a milk crate.
It is a milk crate.
Oh, he's got lining in there.
For the mesh.
He's lined it with, like quarter inch.
Yeah, it's zip tied in.
And you just get it from the hardware store?
Yep.
Okay.
Justin's classifier cost a few bucks to make. But
whatever
if you wanna go
works.
Even more basic.
Yeah.
A kitchen colander works too.
Yes, it
Oh,
does.
now you're just going to shovel?
Right into the box.
Where'd you get this sluice? Did you make this?
Oh yeah, it was metal that came off of a demolition job. It was a runway for fiber optic cables.
You had it bent?
Yep, I had it bent.
I like it.
The
And then you
mats.
cut the mats, go in there?
Yep. It's a conveyor belt mat.
Just like in any sluice, the
Vortex
gold gets caught
matting.
in an uneven surface.
That's what they call conveyor belt matting.
Okay. Nerd.
Usually mats, but the underside of the belt should work too.
You know, there's not a lot of water, but Justin makes do with what he's got. He dammed this up so that he gets the majority of the water across his sluice. And that's what it's all about. It's the same thing that 150 years ago when they were, all the people were mining around here, they had to make do with what they got.
Well,
Nope.
pair of feet, though. That just sounds
No, thank you. Nope.
okay, Craig Cowan.
What are those murder snails in the rivers out here?
The Eldamites.
The Heldermites, yeah. Nope, those things be eating my toes up. Hell no. Hell no.
We need to pause here and go.
No, keep going.
You said there were 6 minutes.
Yeah, keep going.
Mining in your bare feet?
Oh yeah, unless it's just too cold or I'm like in Colorado in the wintertime.
Does anybody call you the barefoot miner?
No, call me a lot of stuff. I've not heard that one yet.
Okay. How much do you need to live off of, you think?
$800 a week,
So you're trying to find between 1 ounce and 2 ounces a month kind of thing?
roughly.
You're doing that?
Yeah, it fluctuates depending on where I'm at, how good the gold is, if I'm
Yeah.
finding any crystals or anything else.
Nice. Are you looking for crystals then that you can...
Stuff that can be cut or polished. My girlfriend, she wire wraps stuff and
Okay,
makes an extra dime on it with that.
sure. How many places have you mined in your life, you think?
I couldn't even count, to tell you the truth.
Really, that many?
Yeah, I travel everywhere and I'm constantly digging. And then I'll be going to Indiana. There's really good gold up there, surprisingly.
In Indiana, I would have never thought.
Glacial. They got real good glacial gold.
Okay.
See what we got.
Gotta get it where I can see the bottom.
Oh my goodness, that is fine gold, Justin.
And that's the hardest stuff to get.
Yeah, it is. You caught it.
Oh yeah,
Man, that's fine.
got some South Carolina gold.
That's $50 worth of gold.
And like I said, with how fine that is, he's further away from the source
Yeah.
because it's the big stuff, and he's only going to get fines there if he's that far from the source. So yeah.
Gold in just 1 hour.
You know what you're doing.
Try. I
My
definitely
hat's off
appreciate
to you. There you go.
it. I definitely appreciate it.
Pretty
Dave.
good. I appreciate you inviting me out to your secret spot.
Justin's got less than 50 bucks tied into his setup, and we paid that back in 1 hour of work. He's proof there's
I
enough
do
gold
like
out here in the
his
Carolinas.
Classifier?
30-gallon drum or 55-gallon drum cut in half.
Oh yeah.
And then you use the big classifier in it so you can classify large amounts of material quickly.
Yeah.
And then you can just literally shovel out of that right into your sluice classified material. That is a pretty slick setup for running a stream.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, not so much for our purposes, but
No, for
stream sluice,
hand
yeah.
and shovel purposes and a sluice, that is one of the better ways I've seen to
yeah.
process your stuff down and get it classified. He also, if you notice with his sluice, the first 3 foot of his sluice is just bare.
Yeah.
It's a slick plate. And then it goes into that. And that allows everything to segregate and get the gold and heavies to the bottom, dragging along, and the other stuff going off the top. So when the gold hits the mats, it's no longer competing with the other stuff.
Okay, so
Those
he
plates-
probably has a better capture rate than some of those other setups then, with like the fines.
probably.
Yeah.
He should have a better capture rate than what our dredges do.
Really?
He's classified material. He's using rather low flow of water. Yeah.
Okay,
Dredges
yeah.
are going to be some of the worst for capture because you're trying to the gold's trying to compete with 4-inch rocks rolling through there, but you move far more material, so you make up for it.
Okay.
Higher losses, yes. I mean that's always one of the things. It's always a balance. I do like his setup though for that. So
Line is to live off. And if you can find a spot that tops up every time it rains, like Justin's, you too could be living off the gold.
He's a very good miner, and he moves fast. You know, that's what it's all about. You know, if there's no gold, move. Go to the next spot. If you're on it, shovel. Get those buckets through that sluice block. That's where you make the money, and he's doing it. He's paying the bills with the gold he gets out of these streams.
I will never stop digging for gold or anything else. I'll never stop. The day that I die will be the day that I stop. It's what I love to do, and there's no sense in stopping it.
Coming up, I find Carolina's motherlode.
Gold. There's gold in there.
And if you live here, I'll show you how to find it, even in your own backyard.
that looks like
impressive.
hail, maybe.
Yeah. Holy cow.
The hail mine, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Boom.
I'm in the Carolinas,
Whoa!
where big gold is still out there for the taking.
I want that job.
And here at the Hale Gold Mine in the Carolina
Boom.
Slate Belt, they're proving it by producing $340 million of gold every year.
Can you believe that? $500,000 worth of gold and silver. I don't know if I've had that much gold in my hand in my life.
All this began in 1827 when Benjamin Hale panned his stream and uncovered this billion-dollar motherlode in his own backyard.
Shoot.
And now, almost 200 years later, I'm heading into North Carolina to the small town of Conley Springs.
That's all they did though for it?
Huh?
That's all they did though for the Hale mine, was that?
Oh, really?
That's what it seemed like, yeah.
He's got to be going back. How much was that gold bar weight? Did he say?
I don't know if he said.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, now they're in North Carolina. I think they do more on the Hale, but okay.
To see if finding gold in your very own backyard is still possible today.
Hey, Don.
Hey, Dave. How's it going?
Good, man. How are you doing?
Doing good.
Moonshine distiller Don Smith has been prospecting for gold since he was 10 years old.
Don, I'm a gold miner, and you're a moonshiner. What
Goldschlager.
can I do to help you?
Well, my idea is, with this little project I've got working is I need more gold.
Okay. Holy cow.
Here.
Where'd those come from?
Those came from my grandmother's property.
Well, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Can we go mining there?
That property's been sold, but I have other property. This area right here was a well-known gold area from the 1800s that has the gold pits on it. And I'd like to go prospect some of my property and see if we can't get some gold. We want to see that gold in our product.
Oh, so you're going to take that gold, add it to some moonshine.
Right. Part of our story is in family we were able to
Goldschlager.
trade some of our alcohol for gold. It'd be cool to come out with something that ties all that together.
I like it. What a great idea.
Yeah.
North Carolina is known as the moonshine capital of the world, and Don and his family have been distilling this infamous spirit for over 100 years.
All right, well, let's go find some more nuggets.
Yeah, sounds like a plan.
Don's been prospecting his family's 5-acre property, but even though he knows this area produced over 50,000 ounces of gold back in the 1800s, he's struggling to find it.
We're here to find gold, not moonshine, though. Don't you forget it.
So today, I'm going to see if I can help him get on the gold.
That felt like a
So this
personal
is getting
attack
pretty
on me.
interesting already.
I was just saying, it'd be like, where's Nick? Oh, he's over there passed out drunk because he got moonshine again.
That's your brother-in-law passed out drunk. I'd just be drinking it.
This right here's a ditch that carried water. What they did is they would shovel that ditch out and they just ran water down here. There's definitely evidence of gold here.
Trenches and ditches like these are great indicators that miners have worked this ground before.
So I see you started digging here.
Yeah.
Why'd you choose this, Don?
I thought this was where they found the most because it's the deepest one.
Yeah.
And I was trying to get down to where they stopped working. I got down in here and I got a hold of some little rock. I was curious to see what that may hold. So it's your job to find me some nuggets.
Now you're putting pressure on me, Don.
I think they were using these ditches to hydraulic mine.
During the 1850s, Carolina miners blasted water jets into the mountainside to dislodge the gold-rich gravel. This slurry would flow over a basic sluice to catch the gold. It was an effective but crude method, and more often than not, they left gold behind, hopefully for us to find.
Usually is like they lost 60% of their gold.
Oh, really?
Yeah, hydraulic stuff is notoriously bad on gold recovery.
Huh. I wonder how many guys would come by after work and be like, just let me sluice a little bit back here.
Back in the day, you mean, or what?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
There's some gravel.
Yeah.
The pay zone here is the packed gravel layer made up of rocks that could hold gold.
You know, it may have some quartz veins running through it. It's got a lot of iron staining to it. And a lot of times, you know, that red staining is mineralization. It'd be a good spot to test. So I'm just gonna pull a sample, open it up a little bit, give me a little bit bigger picture of what we're dealing with here.
Right. Cool.
Let's go pan it.
Yep.
I can't
Before
tell
you
if
pan, wash off.
Can't tell if we're looking at like decomposed bedrock type stuff or if we're looking at like buried alluvial. I don't know.
I see what you're saying.
Off the quartz rocks. The dirt could contain microfine gold.
Starting to look good.
Mm-hmm.
There's the piece right there.
Yeah.
Little piece of gold.
Yep, yeah, right there.
Little piece to put in your moonshine.
I guess that one, didn't I?
I want to see the blending of his two passions, moonshine and gold.
What I'm seeing is we're almost at the top of the hill. I think what happened here,
The gold that did wash into the streams is down lower where it starts to gradually get less steep. So I've suggested to Don that he goes downstream. Get that tractor down there where it starts to get less steep. That's where the gold falls out. Coming up, I'll show you
there's some bedrock. That's a great place to catch gold.
that with very little investment,
I like what I'm seeing right here.
you too can put a ring on it.
I had this crazy idea to try to prospect an engagement ring.
Boom.
Still single, ladies, just so you know.
I am now at the northern part of the Carolina Slate Belt.
And I'm on a mission to show you the huge gold potential this region has to offer.
So I'm headed to the local prospecting shop. Wherever you go, you're gold mining, the best place to get information is where miners buy their equipment. And all that information you digest, and it helps you prospect.
And in Statesville, North Carolina, there's a gold shop that's become the epicenter of a brand new gold rush.
Carolina Prospect.
This piece was found in 2021. It's one of the largest ones I've seen come out of North Carolina for quite some time.
Owners Bill and Mary Brewer have been selling mining equipment and trading gold since 2011. And in the last 2 years, thanks to this nugget, business has been booming.
Is that real?
2.94 ounces. It was found about an hour and a half drive from here.
Man, that's a beauty.
We have been offered $15,000 4 times for it, and we don't want to sell it.
Was it in the river?
It was in the river. He was running a 4-inch dredge, and before he could run it through the dredge, he looked down and he reached down and picked it up off the ground.
He saw it.
He saw it.
That is beautiful.
That's the kind you want to find.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
This is
yeah,
most
just a little
of the
bit.
stuff that we're finding in North Carolina.
That right there's nice. That's been fun.
And as we say in North Carolina, have a golden day.
I love it. All right, take care.
Be safe out there.
The nugget was found 2 years ago, so there's still gold here to be found.
Now
We're
I'm
gonna find
headed
it next
50
week.
miles to the Uwharrie Forest. Not far from where that nugget was found, to show you how it takes little to no experience to get some Carolina gold.
Hey, Ed.
Hey, how's it going, Dave?
Good. How are you?
Nice to meet you. Good.
Nice to meet you.
Oh, yeah.
So this is your spot?
Oh, yes.
Here in the National Forest, we're pretty limited on what you can do, right?
Yeah, so you can't use any sort of mechanical devices, so no high bankers, no dredges, anything like that. You're limited to hand tools and sluice boxes and pans.
Okay.
Rookie miner Ed McLean has found a spot that doesn't require a permit, but always make sure you know your local restrictions. Trespassing out here is illegal and can be very
Uwharrie National
dangerous.
Forest.
Did anybody teach
where
you?
they are actually does have like there's gold mines all through it. You can go and pan and sluice. There's a great history there. It's pretty cool that they allow that.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, like who do you check with for that?
What do you mean? I mean that's you can go look up the stuff for Uwharrie and it says all that.
Oh,
They
okay.
have it on their sites and stuff for that national forest. Yeah.
Okay, so it says that you can do small scale stuff like that.
Hands and pans. Yeah. Hands, pans,
Okay.
shovels. That's it. No mechanized, no power, no nothing. But yeah.
Well, how did they get the gold mines in there then? Was that before?
But that was before. That was before.
Okay, I
yeah.
was gonna say. All right.
Pre national forest. Yes.
Back when T-Rex was still roaming the plains.
Yeah, but there's a lot of old mines all through the national forest there, and some of it's pretty far off the beaten path and everything. You can see it on LiDAR. It's pretty cool to look at.
Okay.
Sure, you just self-taught.
Self-taught. I had backpacked here as a kid in the Scouts, and, you know, we always joked about finding gold, and so I ordered a pan offline. Just was like, started watching some videos and was like, well, let's go try it.
How long have you been working here?
I started coming here during 2020, and I think the challenge is making sure that I stay targeted where I decide to dig, because I can't move a whole lot of material with just a shovel.
Exactly.
Sometimes hard to find those big chunkier pieces, although I know that they're in this creek because I've talked to people that have found them.
Ed has done his homework and picked a creek just 30 miles from the Reed Mine, where America's first gold rush started in 1799. And the gold from that source can still be washing into this creek.
What I'm seeing is all these rocks basically are Mother Nature's sluice box.
Oh, yeah.
There's gold on this hillside, and a big flood would just wash that. It'd be sitting on the top. See the roots and the moss?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times that'll stop gold too.
Oh, I haven't thought about the organic material actually playing a role.
Yeah, this organics roots will trap gold as it's washing down.
The roots of trees can be an easy place to target when you're on the hunt. So roll up your sleeves and dig in.
And make sure you're allowed to.
I like what I'm seeing right here.
Yeah.
Starting to see bedrocks kind of broke up. And the gold won't go through that. All right, let's pan it, see what we get. It's always encouraging to see. Yeah, let's see if we can get any gold in this. Kind of give you an indication. I'm not seeing much black sand in here, so I think we're not deep enough. But we could have a chance at some gold in here. Let's see. Right there? Oh, yeah. Piece there, and there's a piece right above it. Well, it's not exactly a bonanza. However, there is some gold in here. We don't have enough water. Do you have any place that you can actually set that sluice up where you can get a little elevation and some water?
To find bigger gold, Ed needs to run more material. But this river is low, and setting up a sluice will be tricky. So, I've got another idea to get the gold in this creek.
Oh, there's some bedrock. That's a great place to catch gold.
Crevicing is targeting the cracks and crevices in the bedrock, which naturally trap the gold. Lower water levels and exposed bedrock, just like here, are ideal conditions for this technique.
We'll move this rock. See these cracks? It's a good place for gold to sit, so we'll just wash these out.
So I had this crazy idea to try to prospect an engagement ring, but it's taken a little bit longer than I thought it was going to.
How much gold do you want?
Usually about 10 grams.
How many grams do you think you got?
That's a big
Probably
ring
2 or
with
3.
10
It's taken me
grams.
about 2 years.
How much did you use?
2.5 grams.
With other
Yeah, so I think it was about 2.5 grams of like raw gold that I found, and then maybe another, depending on whatever the ratio was, at least another gram of like the material to alloy it, to bring it down from like 22, 23 karat to like 16-ish.
Okay, so you're talking 3 or 4 grams if you just wanted it to be full.
You don't want it to be, though. It's too soft.
But if you wanted it to
If
be
you wanted it, sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
So-
3 or 4. I think my ring's around like 3 or 4 grams.
So he's building like one of these. Just
He must be going with a bigger, thicker ring.
Oh, that's right. You're cheap. I forgot about
A
that.
lot of guys do. I don't want a big giant ring on my
Well,
finger.
no, you said an engagement ring. So that's not for him. That's for her.
Okay, that's true too. Yeah,
What about
Lindsay's
hers?
is still less than that too. Lindsay's is actually a similar amount.
Okay.
It's much more structured and everything, but small, slim band and all that. Her wedding band is even less than what this one is.
Okay. So it would be roughly 2.5 times as big as that one on your finger there. Well, probably 2.5.
But now, if he is trying to do it where he's trying to get enough gold for his ring, the engagement ring, and her wedding band, then yeah, you can
10 would be about
looking
right.
at least 10 grams. Probably.
Okay.
So So depends on what he's going for there.
And then the alloy. Did you get the alloy yourself so you can make the ring, or?
No, you have to buy that.
Okay.
It's
Well,
like
I
a
mean,
mixed
yeah, we
white.
didn't find it in the wild. I know that, but like
Yeah, I
you
just
didn't.
bought it.
You didn't send it to a jeweler to get the alloy.
The engagement ring was sent to a jeweler because that had a stone set in it.
Okay.
I can't do that. And then I don't know if he gave me, so I mean, I met that jeweler at a rock and gem show. Paid him to make the ring in gold with gold. And then, I don't know. I forget where I got the alloy material from, honestly.
Amazon?
Maybe. I don't know. It's just stuff like you can literally buy. Yeah.
But how many times did you smelt it before you dealt it?
A good number. There were a number of mess ups between her wedding band and my wedding band. Yes. Many mess ups. The nice thing is, melt it back down and try again. You don't really leave anything. Yes. No, it was a learning process to do delve sand casting and stuff. Yeah.
Is it something would?
There's a video on the YouTube channel about it.
Is it something you would suggest other people do?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
It's fun. There's a video on YouTube of us casting it on the channel and everything.
No,
and I think I spilled it at one point and burnt holes all through the tub that we were trying to use to protect stuff. Almost set the house on fire, shit like that. Yeah.
Sounds about right. That's why your floor was all messed up.
Sure. Yeah. It might have burnt one hole into the floor. Yes. But yeah, well, if you're into gold prospecting and stuff, why not do that? I literally paid for my wife's engagement ring with gold. No, I paid for the stone. That was it. I paid for the big morganite, 4-carat morganite stone with gold. Yeah, so why not?
There you go, free ring.
That point.
Are you engaged?
No, not yet. That's kind of the end goal.
Okay.
We're getting there.
All right.
So that's why I really need your help down here.
Yeah, I met my wife when I was 14.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I know. And we've been together for 50 years. And I've made her a lot of jewelry out of the stuff that I found.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's really special. So now we just got to find you enough gold for that ring.
Yep.
You got some heavies in there. That's a good sign. And there's a decent piece of gold.
Thanks, Dave.
It's yours. In 20 minutes, we find a few bucks of gold. Hardly enough for an engagement ring.
I don't think my girlfriend is going to wait another 3 or 4 years for me to have enough gold for a ring. So I think I might need to try some different spots here in the future.
I don't want to spoil Ed's dreams. Only got 3 grams in 2 years. I don't think he's going to get his 10 grams of gold here for his ring.
So
I do have
3 grams is technically.
He can do the engagement ring, yeah. Yep.
Huh?
Say he can do the engagement ring.
He's technically pretty close to being able to do an engagement ring, yeah. Because you got to take into account that it needs to be alloyed and stuff. Now he doesn't have enough to then also pay the jeweler with gold or anything, but some might not take it. I don't know. I should have the dude's card around here. He's out of Georgia.
Is he? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, we met at the Gem and Mineral show, and then I paid. He's out of Georgia and stuff. That's why he was familiar with working with placer gold, is because he's done it before. Because he's down near Dahlonega somewhere.
Oh, okay.
And I have a card somewhere still. It's buried in my desk, but I should find it.
It's buried in the desk. You'll never find it.
With all the other business cards. I think it's in this drawer right here. If this dude watches this video, what was your name again? I don't know. I'm sorry. Hit me up. I can try and help you out with some of that stuff since I've gone through the process of doing it. I should have that card somewhere on a jeweler who knows how to work with placer gold and do this type of stuff.
That's pretty close to you.
That's decently close to you down in Georgia.
Did you just mail it down to him or what?
No, I think I gave him the stuff at the Gem and Mineral show.
Okay.
So I gave him, he had the stone, I bought the stone, but then he took that stone and the gold back down to Georgia, made it, and then shipped it back.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, hit me if you do watch this. I need to figure out what your name was on here. Hit me up. I can try and help you out with some of that stuff.
Ideas that could help.
Pieces.
Coming up,
There we go.
Amazing.
That's him.
I take Ed one step
Ed.
closer to
Ed.
that proposal.
Ed.
I
Ed
have
Haas.
actually seen pieces that big.
Yeah, you should remember it.
My time here in the Carolinas is coming to an end.
But before I leave,
I met Ed yesterday, and he was a long ways from getting that ring. If he really wants to get this ring, he's going to have to up his production.
and to do that, he needs a better spot to mine. So I've secured him a stretch of highly mineralized river where I think he can bank a huge
Secured
Carolina
him.
payday.
Hi, Ed.
Hey, how's it going, Dave?
Good. How you doing?
Oh, pretty good. No complaints.
I got a surprise for you. This is actually a pretty good spot. You've got a big area here, and we've got permission.
All right.
So this will give you an opportunity to get on some good gold.
That's exactly what I need right now.
So you ready to get some gold?
First off, you want to find where the gold from the exposed veins gets trapped.
So you want to get the most flow. See how the water's coming around here?
Yes.
See how this rock kind of makes a natural sluice?
Mm-hmm.
And there's sand and gravel underneath that? I would try right here. I'd like the middle of the river because that's where your major flow is. It moves bigger rocks, bigger gold.
The faster the flow of water, the more the quartz veins are eroded, releasing more gold.
You know, the most recent gold should be more in the middle.
In my shovel, I'm seeing quartz. I'm assuming that's a good sign.
So Nick,
Yes.
here's a good analogy for you with another
Oh, boy.
reason, another reason why I generally preach that like the southeast coast rivers don't move much gold.
Oh,
so like
boy.
a sluice box is supposed to be set somewhere between like 4 to, depending on matting, on 4 to 9 degrees. And like, so that is going to move your lighter stuff out, but your gold's not going to move out. So if you, with a sluice box, if you go too steep, it's going to wash your gold out. So it's able to move everything. If you go too shallow, then everything kind of builds up and it's not able to wash the bigger rocks out and everything. The rivers on the east, the southeast have, I had to look it up, but they're like less than 1 to 2% of fall over a given distance or whatever. Like they're below what the recommended slope is of a sluice box by a fairly substantial amount.
But that also doesn't mean there's not spots.
What do you mean?
I mean, there will be spots where
There's certain spots where you all of a sudden will get more drop, but it's still not a lot. And for that to work in that way, the gold would have to be right there for it to be transported down it.
Okay, so let's say you get your sluice set up in your perfect little amount there, right? And then the water source that we're using is your sister's pool, and I cut a hole in the side of it. That's going to wash all of that gold out no matter what your angle is on the sluice.
Not necessarily true, because also if you look at the Virginia rivers and stuff, once you get above the floodplain and it breaches the floodplain and all of a sudden expands out, it loses a whole bunch of energy.
But as long as it has that energy going through there, it's going to move the gold.
It doesn't have enough to move the rocks, Nick.
I still think water does.
At times, in places, yes, but the fall of the East Coast rivers is not generally enough. It'll move some fine gold and some flood gold and some stuff like that, but generally not in great quantities.
Yeah. Likely story.
Why do you think we're literally, every time we go anywhere, Nick, we're looking for source stuff?
Because we're in a
If you
creek.
go and dredge over a mile below the source in some of the rivers, you're not going to find much.
When have we ever found a source in a river?
Well, the James has been its own fight for finding stuff, but where we're going in June, we will be right on top of it.
On top of a source.
Or about 100 yards below it, somewhere in that realm of where we decide
Okay,
to
so
pick
can
it
you
up.
show me the source?
Yes.
You'll show
I
me
can
the exact
literally
source.
show you on LiDAR a 4-mile long series of trenches that they mine the gold out of, and that is the
I don't
vein.
care what people mind. I want to see the source. I want to go up there with a shovel and a pickaxe. I'm going to pick at the source. I'm going to get my
It's
wire
underwater.
gold. Huh?
It's underwater, but sure, it's there. That's why we also find specimen pieces right there in the river.
All right.
So, just saying. Slight example of that, but
All right. Well, we'll dredge right at the source, and I should find
So the issue with dredging,
and I should
right
find
at
a bunch
the
of
source,
nuggets.
You want to be a little bit below the source most of the time.
Okay, fine. I'm going to dredge 20 feet below the source, and I'm going to find nuggets there. All right.
Except for this source generally doesn't produce nuggets, but
No, look at him changing up his story again.
that's not changing any story. But in general, yeah, there's not enough water power in the southeast to move the gold far.
Yeah.
Great sign.
Is there anything else I should really kind of?
Well, I'll show you. See here? See how that's broke up?
Yeah.
So that could be close to the vein, and it's just disintegrating from years and years of erosion. That's a good sign. That looks really good, so see if we can get it over there without killing ourselves. Oh, yeah.
That's the thing too, is also specifically like if the source is right there in the river, and it's not going to matter as much where you pick a spot. The water may concentrate it that close to the source in certain areas, but the thing is you don't know where the hot spot in the vein was. So if there's a hot spot in the vein over near the bank, there could be a really rich streak right below it over near the bank. Like, it's not necessarily the river dictating where the gold is concentrating in circumstances like this. It's the source vein somewhat dictating it.
I feel like that would be the river dictating it because you're talking about over by the bank where your water flow is going to be different than the middle of the river, which is going to make it travel less or more.
I'm saying wherever the hotter spot of the vein is, you're going to have more gold right below that area in the river.
Yeah, but then it depends on the river. If there's zero flow right there, then all the gold's going to stay right at the source.
You're talking about also millions of years, so it's going to have moved a little bit.
Because of the river, so the river's going to dictate it.
Over millions of years.
Yeah.
Like, it's not moving actively much stuff right now most times.
Yeah, but you said the river doesn't dictate it, but I feel like the river dictates it because it's what moves it.
No.
What do you mean, no? How else is it going to move? It's not moving by osmosis, Matt.
If the river has moved the gold a little bit, I said it's moved the gold. The good gold values are generally about a mile.
Oh, so I won. All right. Boom!
No.
I'm the smartest man alive!
But him saying, like, oh, it's going to be concentrated in the center of the river because of the flow. Well, maybe not, because what if the good source is off to the side there and not right in the middle? It won't have the river won't have magically moved it over to the middle or anything.
Man, I hope Dave meets you and punches you in the face.
I think he'll punch you in the face.
River gravel's collected. It's time to introduce Ed to a new piece of kit that will dial up even the most novice of miners.
The gold wheel.
I got a different setup for you.
Okay.
Gutter
The more you
sluice.
shovel, the more you get, the more gold you're going to get. So I actually bought you a little high banker.
Oh, man.
Next time I see you, I want you to have enough gold for that ring.
I think this is definitely going to get me a lot closer. I'm excited. Thank you.
Okay.
Let's get it going.
Let's go.
Car jump leads run power from Ed's vehicle to the high banker's pump. This sucks
That's a
up the river
dangerous
water.
thing to do. Hopefully you're running your vehicle. Oh, shit. Now my battery's dead.
He's like, I got this piece of shit truck, so I'm going to go ahead and drain my battery.
So hopefully you're running your OLC. Just saying, like, yeah. Been there, done that. Not with running equipment off of it, but due to leaving a light on.
Yeah.
I've been shit out of luck down at the creek with no starting vehicle.
Into the spray bars. The rocks and dirt we collected are fed in here, and the water washes the dirt and the gold from the rocks.
So I'm just feeding this as fast as it'll take it. It's a nice little box, actually. You're just always trying to maximize your production. Oh, yeah. Now we're cooking. Now we're cooking with butter and barbecue sausage and Southern way.
That's how we do it in the South.
Does your girlfriend know that you want to use gold at your prospect for the ring?
She has no clue.
She doesn't.
She has no clue. She's from South Carolina. I'm from North Carolina. I wanted to have gold from both states.
Yeah.
But I hadn't found a place to pan down here. This is kind of a game changer right now.
Well, that went pretty quick. Now we clean out the mats into a bucket.
7 ounce or 7 grams.
Was collected to separate the black sand from the
What?
gold.
He's going to get 7 grams right here and just hit it all one day. Like, all right, Dave, you can keep your equipment.
I think you'd be seeing gold already for 7 grams in there. But...
Yeah, oh yeah, that's a good point.
There's a lot of black sand.
Hopefully that's a good sign.
There should be some fine gold in here.
Oh, look! Oh, wow! Look at that.
There you go.
There you go. There we go.
Amazing.
Boom. Oh, there's another one.
Holy cow. Goes to show, right equipment in the right spot, anybody can catch gold. Those are nice
Location,
chunks.
location, location.
Yep.
I'm getting closer to that ring all the time.
I've never actually seen pieces that big that I've been a part of finding.
Before, it was probably running 2 or 3 buckets a day. We just ran about 8 buckets in about an hour. That's tripling his output.
In 1 hour, we found 2 grams of gold, nearly doubling the amount Ed has found in the last 2 years.
I'm going to be able to produce so much more gold and really be able to get to that 10 grams I need to get a ring for my girlfriend so I can propose.
What it shows is that
He
gold
may have already completed his ring, too, given this was filmed probably a year ago.
Yeah, I was going to say, probably.
May or may not be able to help him. It depends on if he's already finished it, too.
He's like, hey, babe, I'm going out for 2 more days. Don't see me, or you won't see me for a while.
different things for different people. You know, some people it's a way of paying the bills. Some people it's sentimental. For him, he's on his road to finding good gold and making a ring for his fiancée. And you know what? I got a small part in that, and I feel that's pretty special.
Dug up.
Holy cow, dude.
72% gold.
This is 72% gold?
These modern-day gold rushers are using the best homemade setups I've ever seen.
All right, Justin, this looks like a milk crate.
It is a milk crate.
How much money you got tied up in this?
$15.
And finding the rarest gold on the planet.
Blows me away. I've never seen gold in a river that's that crystalline.
It's clear the Carolina gold rush is far from over.
There's still a lot of gold here, and people are out here getting it.
So get out there and find it with them. You might just strike it rich. Since I met them, those quartz veins
it's a couple grams shy of being an ounce.
have paid out $2,000. And Ed
We have reached the 10-gram mark way faster than I thought I was going to.
is well on his way to securing
Shit, I have to get married.
life-changing gold.
I've been in a conversation with Breen Smith, and I just want to thank you again. You've made this possible.
He's already been in
I'm pretty
contact
excited.
with him, yeah.
And Justin continues to hunt for gold across the United States.
I went over to North Carolina and Tennessee and did really well over there. And then I ran up to Indiana and did extremely well in Indiana. The gold was awesome. Definitely surprising. From there, I went on down to Georgia. This is from an hour, and it's always nice when you can hear the gold hit the pan.
Now, it's wheels up to another backyard on the hunt for more American gold.
Wait, Dave, is that you knocking on my door?
A fort.
Literally in the backyard. I liked that episode more than the last one.
Yeah, now the thing is it a bias because it is near where we mine? Or no?
I think it's more of a bias because it's stuff I'm more used to.
Okay. Yeah, I mean the other one was a lot more like dry washing and panning and everything.
Yeah. Hard rock.
Yeah.
Like
I mean I love the crystalline gold that comes from the southeast is just beautiful. I mean that is the stuff I love too. And I do think this was one of the better episodes. It did have a good variety. I do like seeing the stuff out on the bigger rivers. There's some stuff with dredges. Like I like seeing all that. A little Dowkey action.
Yeah, throwing the Dowkey out there.
It was the Dowkey was the only dredge they showed, though, right?
That was, yeah.
Interesting. Because technically, the laws in North Carolina are a little vague on it. Like, South Carolina, apparently you can run over a 6-inch. It don't matter. If you're on private property and everything, I don't think there's any laws.
Yeah.
North Carolina, it's hard to tell. Kind of like with Georgia, too. Like, everybody's kind of like 5-inch at the nozzle. Seems to be what most go with. So, but yeah, I didn't see any bigger dredges or anything, which is interesting because they're certainly there in North Carolina operating. I know that.
Yeah. Was that just North Carolina they did, or was it North and South?
They did North and South because we started out South.
Okay.
That's where Daniel and some of the other guys are down in South Carolina.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah, there's people definitely running dredges, including Daniel and a number of other guys. I mean, they're being run all through North and South Carolina. No, I enjoyed it. It was a good episode.
Yep, I liked it. Yeah. Good talk.
Nothing else? Okay, that's it. Good talk. Crystalline gold. I'll go with it.
I like gold. No, I like that. I don't know why he got away from the miners updates the last one. I mean, I guess.
Yeah, there weren't any on the last one. I don't. Yeah, was that the only one he didn't?
I think so far.
Yeah, which is interesting. I don't know why.
Because I was kind of waiting for it, and I was like,
we only have one more after this, right?
I think 2.
2?
And they're 8?
This was 6. I thought there were 8, but then I'll have to take a look here.
I'm pretty sure it's 8. Well, this is 6, 7.
I know,
8.
but I'm not sure. Were there 8 on the DVR there? I'm not sure.
Well, it might not be on the DVR.
But I know this season is finished at this point as we're filming.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll actually get to that one tomorrow probably. So.
Yeah, we'll try and get this week here. Yeah.
But no, maybe I am a little biased because it's East Coast. I mean,
it's
I have gone out west.
Like, you need to check up with your Marine buddy who runs the shooting school down there, because isn't he in the Gulf?
He's up in Alaska on a missions trip or something, I think, right now.
But weren't you saying? I thought you were saying like he owns property right there in the Gold Belt.
Yeah, somewhere down there. Yeah, I had to figure out where.
I don't know. Yeah, like I said, we
also got
various places down there.
Yeah, we also got to go hang out at Mark's farm.
Oh yeah, so there's his property that he's got all around there. Those are public rivers right near him, and there's gold in there. I've done research throughout that area to try and pick up spots.
We got to get on good gold down in Georgia next time.
We still have that property in Georgia. I do need to shoot them a message here and stuff.
Yeah.
So need to get to the Carolinas.
Yeah. Is that where, was it Georgia or was the Carolinas that they have the that gold dredging crew that goes all the way across the river? Like does that dredge fest?
That's in South Carolina.
Okay.
The one we were trying to stop at,
yeah.
Possibly? Yeah, that's in South Carolina. Though apparently that public access area where they used to camp and put in their dredges, you can no longer camp there. Apparently they've had issues with homeless people and vagrants and stuff camping there. So now they've just cut no camping. So that sucks. I mean, people still dredge there. You're just going to have to find somewhere else to stay.
That's unfortunate. Oh, well.
Yeah, that sucks.
Hate how I can't have fun because somebody abuses it.
Pretty much, yep. Yeah, there's that spot I want to get to. I mean, that'd be with Daniel Reed and a number of the other guys who are down there as well. Carolina. I mean, yeah, we got two.
Oh, he does the Dredge Fest thing?
He's usually part of it. Yeah. Then again, there was kind of a falling out there, but I think they've also made amends. I don't know.
Yeah.
Internal politics of things and.
I was gonna say I can't even keep up with Virginia drama, let alone other states.
Yeah, I know, right?
Dredgers are a bunch of drama queens. I tell you what.
Gold does weird things to people. You start stepping on toes and things and not doing that. I don't know. It's just be careful. Gotta be careful. Okay.
Yeah, but yep, good episode there. I liked it. I'll keep watching it.
Yep.
Do you know where he goes next?
So if you guys like this, please like, share, and subscribe.
Yeah, don't even listen to me.
We're
That's
gonna be
cool.
doing more. Let us know if you want us to also branch out and like. So I guess with some of the stuff, like if we started doing whitewater, the thing is I've seen the episodes. Can you still do react? Like, would we start over? But we've seen them. Same with like Gold Rush, or not Gold, Bering Sea. Like I've seen a bunch of the episodes, but like, do you start over, do reacts to all of it, or just do seas? I don't know.
I mean, you want to do all of it because how many Bering Seas are there?
There's a lot of Bering Sea out there, but some of the episodes of the first season, if you ask me, were some of the best.
Really?
Yes, they had some of the most interesting dredges, home-built stuff, and things that they just have not shown since then. That made it some of the most interesting.
How long? Those are probably about the same length as this, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
It would almost be fun to do like one of the first episodes and one of the current episodes, and do like a compare contrast of it.
Yeah. I mean, like, yeah, there's this first season there. I think like there's somebody builds a dredge on the side of a John boat out there, and they actually like bend the copper for the wetsuit heater and stuff like what we do. Like it was interesting stuff. It's not necessarily the first season, but some of those first couple seasons, there's some submersible dredges that are completely underwater. Like there's some cool shit that then it doesn't seem to get shown anymore. I don't know why.
No. Well, tell you what, if you made it this far in the video, you go ahead and tell us what you want us to do next, and we will do it.
Yeah, pretty much. Because
that means you're diehard enough to put up with us. We'll do it.
What shows do you want to? What gold shows do you want to see us watch and bitch about and discuss things about during it? I don't know.
But I was hoping we were going to do Marvel or something.
I don't think we're branching out into that type of stuff. That's a little removed from our content.
What? Thanos has a gold glove.
Not gold, Nick. Come on. It's like...
It's forged in a star, I know.
Vibranium, adamantium.
Something.
Who knows? Whatever Mjolnir is made of.
Yep.
Yeah, let us know if there's other gold or mineral-related shows that you would want us to take a look at and do this type of show to. Even if we've seen it already, I can still provide comments.
And I probably haven't watched it because I don't watch much TV that's not crappy cartoons. What?
Rick and Morty.
I'm rewatching Futurama right now.
Nice. Okay, we're signing off here.
Yep, thanks for joining us.